All right, hello everyone. My name is Erin Hussey. I just wanted to introduce this first group for tonight. This is our Ahern Middle School 5th grade jazz band. These students are our youngest and our earliest band students in the town. We begin band in 5th grade. They've been playing their instruments for about 8 months, and they've been playing jazz for a little less than 3 months. So it's really cool that they're here to play for you today. We're going to play 2 tunes. We're going to do Sunny Moon for 2 and then Second Line. But before we begin, I just wanted to introduce our guest artist for the evening. He is a tenor saxophone player and avid performer in the greater Boston area. He teaches at Boston College High School as well as Berklee College of Music. So could you please join me in introducing Mr. Jon Bean.
another round of applause for that amazing 5th grade jazz band. Thank you so much. My name is Miss Greenleaf, and this is the 6 through 8 with a couple of 5th grade jazz band students. Just while they're getting set up, I just want to let you know a little bit about our middle school jazz program. This is all after school, so these students come after school on Tuesdays to rehearse jazz just because they love music so much, and we just think that's really cool. So can we just give them a round of applause? Thank you. We know they're busy, and we're even missing some friends, or some friends who came late from the play this weekend, so we're so happy everybody could make it today, and we have a couple of high school friends filling in for us, so if you see some older people up there, that's why. And we're going to play a couple tunes for you. We're going to start with a chart called Alligator Boogaloo, which will feature some of our soloists from the band, and we hope you enjoy.
Jon back up on stage. We're going to play another song for you, and this is called Lester Leaps In.
The middle school jazz band here, we welcome any instrument, so you may see some violas in my second row, which we've got some viola friends in the front row cheering you guys on. Clarinets, we'll take any instrument that is interested in learning jazz and jazz improvisation. So it's such a fun time to teach jazz at the middle school. I really love it, and maybe you can tell, Miss Hussey and I really enjoy ourselves up here. And we just love seeing all these students take a chance and learning to play jazz. It's actually quite challenging for them, and they really rise to the occasion. So we're so excited. And we're going to feature, some of our rhythm section players on this last tune. So we've got Sam over there on electric bass, and Richie over there on the drum set. And this is, some fans. And this is a really kind of fun tune we enjoy playing. It's called The Jazz Police, and we hope you enjoy. as we are getting off the stage, I just want to bring your attention to a flyer in the program for our jazz improvisation workshop we host at the Ahern Middle School every summer. This is a crazy cool workshop where students can learn a lot about jazz improvisation. We have a lot of different leveled workshops for any experience of improvisation. So you could come with absolutely no experience or tons of experience. We hire 15 amazing jazz staff members from across New England, New York City, including actually John over here, who teaches at our camp. So if you like what you hear, I encourage you students to come to our jazz workshop in the summer and hang out with John and the rest of our amazing staff. If you're interested in it, the website is on the QR code in there. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me, Mr. Bush, or Miss Hussey. We're happy to answer any questions you might have. But I actually looked it up recently, did some research myself, and it is the only improvisation camp that is priced this low in the entire New England area, actually. So take advantage of it if you can. We have a really good time. We put on a jam session. We learn. We get to interact with other students, jazz students from other towns and even other states. So I encourage you to take a check out the website. Listed there is all the staff members we have that we hire, and lots of these students have been through the jazz workshop, and we can't say how amazing it is to have some special teaching in jazz improvisation. So. Check it out and let me know if you have any questions, and I'll get out of the way now, and I'm sure there's lots of jazz left to hear, so we really appreciate your time.
How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? We are the Jazz Lab Band here at Foxborough High School. We have a few tunes we hope you enjoy. The first is called Riley's Thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. from Liam on the trombone. No, Elliot on the trombone. Elliot Link on the trombone. You heard from Egan on the trumpet there. You heard from Kevin on the tenor saxophone. And the great Jon Bean on the tenor saxophone. We're going to continue with a great standard that saxophone players love to blow on this tune. This is called What Is This Thing Called Love? Solo breaks at the end of the solo section, right? Cool. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's Earthen Rador on the drum set. Liam Woods on the trombone. Adam Jarvis on the alto saxophone. The great Jon Bean. All right, we have one more tune for you before we continue the evening with a lot more wonderful jazz. This is our final selection. It's a great standard by Clifford Brown. This is the Blues March, or the Blues Walk, excuse me. Different tune, but also a great standard. Blues Walk. That's Kevin Florentino on the tenor saxophone. Seth Sanbento on the trombone. Liam Woods on the trombone. We are the Foxborough High School Lab Jazz Band. Thank you very much.
Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check.
Everybody on? Ready to go? All right, fellas, let's stand and move in. Sure. Just move it back. All right, here we go. Here we go. One, two,
Thank you so much. We're the Foxborough High School Vocal Lab Jazz Ensemble. What you just heard is Green Dolphin Street, arranged by our amazing teacher, Mr. Raymond. So, featuring soloists from Raina and our lovely guest artist, Mr. Jon Bean. We're going to take things up a little more upbeat with Sing a Song featuring solos by Maya Kaiser. Thank you. And Jon Bean. Thank you. I had to confirm. so much for all being here. Are we having a wonderful night tonight? Awesome, that's good to hear. We're gonna close our set off with Into the Fire, featuring solos by me, Sophia Viana, and our amazing guest artist, Jon Bean. We hope you enjoy. There is a hopeful invitation, a calling out, a wandering within, and a light of possibility beneath what might have been. There is an eager generation, a journey to every heart and mind, and the echo of a golden rule inside the earth's design. Into the fire, what a
How about another round of applause for the Lab Jazz Choir and the outstanding middle school jazz groups? Yeah, man. My name is Aaron Bush. We're at the Foxborough High School Jazz Ensemble. We came to swing. We're going to start things off with a great tune by Benny Carter. It's called Blue Jive 5. 1, 2, and 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. the alto saxophone. Ethan Coots on the tenor saxophone. The trumpet dudes back there, Mr. Sam Golden, Mr. Alvin Fan, and the great Jon Bean, the tenor saxophone. And Adam Jarvis on the alto saxophone. We're going to continue with another Benny Carter tune from the Kansas City Suite. This will feature our lead trombonist, Mr. Nolan O'Brien here, and it is entitled Sunset Glow. We hope you enjoy. We're going to continue with another great standard from the book of Gordon Goodwin. And this is going to feature Miss Maya Kaiser on vocals. Would you please welcome her to the stage? This is Too Close for Comfort.
Be wise, be smart, behave, my heart. Don't upset your cart when he's so close. Be soft, be sweet, but be discreet. Don't go off your feet. He's too close to comfort. Too close for comfort. Not again. Too close to know just when to say when. Be firm, be fair, be sure, beware. On your guard, take care while there's such temptation. heart. When he's so close, be soft, be sweet, but be discreet. Don't go off your feet. He's too close to comfort. Please not again. Just when do I say when? Be firm, be fair, be sure, beware, on your guard. Take care while there's such temptation. One thing leads to another. Too late to run for cover. He's much too close for comfort now. Oh. Too close, please not again. Too close, I know just when to say when. Be firm, be fair, be sure, beware, on your guard. Take care while there's such temptation. One thing leads to another. Too late to run for cover. He's much too close for comfort now. Oh, one thing leads to another. Too late to run for cover. He's much too close for comfort now. Too close for comfort now.
Maya Kaiser, everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you. We're going to bring up the vocal jazz ensemble right now to continue this great evening of jazz for you. Yeah. Two vocal tunes and two bodies. This is on, by the way. Yeah. The other one on, too.
Your basic blues in the tenement life, and it's basic that you can't get her out of your mind. High stake time, no calls anymore, just four walls and a lock on the door. There's a night you're hiding, but that's alright. High stake time, time goes by. You can make it if you take it in stride. One day there'll be someone to love again. Until then, the clock on the wall keeps on ticking away, ticking away. Tomorrow may find you cool as a kitten, but it's midnight and it feels like you need a good cry. Hearts take time. basic moon in the sky. You've got your basic blues in the tenement life. And it's basic that you can't get her out of your mind. Hearts take time. 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 Don't you know that?
Thank you so much. We are the Foxborough High School Vocal Jazz Ensemble, and we're so excited to be performing for you all tonight. That was Hearts Take Time, featuring some solos from Caitlin Reel, Maya Kaiser, myself, Erin O'Malley, as well as Egan Coote, and our incredible guest artist for the night, Mr. Jon Bean. Our next tune is called Something, and it's going to feature a vocal solo from Julia DiGiorgio, as well as Egan Coote and Mr. Jon Bean again. We hope you enjoy.
You and I got something. Ooh, it's something. You and I have something. How I long to be around when you can see that you and I have something. You
Thank you so much. That was something. And next up, we're going to have a joint tune with our jazz ensemble, featuring some solos from McKenna Kobe, Julia DeGiorgio, Grace Lindberg, and Charlie Bancroft, as well as Mr. Bean. And we hope you guys enjoy.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take a very brief intermission right now. Feel free to go out in the lobby, grab yourself something to eat from our FMA. They're selling concessions, and we'll see you back here in a few minutes for some more jazz ensemble and vocal jazz ensemble.
you so much. That was Satellite, featuring solos from Jaden Enright and Charlie Bancroft, as well as a duet from Julieta Giorgio and Caitlin Reel. Our next song is going to be More Than You Know, featuring a solo from JJ Blanchard. We hope you enjoy it.
Loving you the way that I do, there's nothing I can do about it. Loving may be all you can give, but honey, I can live without it. More than you'll ever
Thank you so much. That was More Than You Know. And before we wrap up our set for the night, there's a few people we want to thank. First, we want to thank the Foxborough Music Association for everything they do, from organizing and fundraising and even providing dinner for us tonight. Also, the Foxboro Cable Access for live streaming this concert and doing such an incredible job. We'd also like to thank our amazing rhythm section featuring Earth and Rador on drums and Mike Goodspeed on bass. And last but not least, we'd like to give a huge thank you to our incredible guest artist, Mr. Jon Bean. It's been such a great experience working with you. And with that, our final tune of the night is going to be Rolling in the Deep, featuring a solo from Maya Kaiser, as well as Egan Coote and Mr. Jon Bean. Thank you all so much for coming out tonight.
my heart. Reaching a fever pitch and it's bringing me out the dark. Finally, I can see you crystal clear. Go ahead and sell me out and I'll lay your shit bare. See how I live with every piece of you. Don't underestimate things that I would do. It's a fire, you're dying in my heart. Reaching a fever pitch and it's bringing me out the dark. Scars of your love remind me of us. They keep me thinking that we almost had it all. The scars of your love, they leave me breathless. I can't help feeling we could have had it all. Rolling in the deep, you had my heart inside your hand, and you played it to the beat. Baby, you'll have no story to be told. I'll hurt what I'm feeling. I'm gonna make you hate it. Bringing me the depths of your despair. Bringing a home down there and smash your what we share. Scars of your love remind me of us. They keep me thinking that we almost had it all. The scars of your love, they leave me breathless. I can't feel it. Rolling in the deep, you had my heart inside your hand, and we played it to the Rolling in the deep, you had my heart
Thank you. And another hand for our awesome guest starist, Jon Bean. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We'll have another round of applause for the Vocal Jazz Ensemble, man. Yeah. All right. So there was a time, I think it was early 2000s, when Mr. Bean, Mr. Raymond, and myself were all at UMass Amherst together. Yeah, go UMass. And I didn't play in the jazz band there, but Mr. Raymond and Mr. Bean played this next tune. This is a great classic from Sting. It's called 7 Days, and I thought I'd bring out the big guy, Mr. Brian Raymond, on the piano. Would you please welcome him? Michael Whitten on the baritone saxophone. Mr. Brian Raymond on the piano. Jon Bean, tenor saxophone. We're going to continue with a samba from Tom Kubis. It's entitled Somebody's Gotta Do It. Nola Gooch on the alto saxophone, Egan Coote on the on the soprano saxophone, actually, Egan Coote the tenor saxophone, and Jon Bean. We're gonna bring back Miss Maya here to sing two great Diane Shore tunes for you. The first is a beautiful ballad called "We'll Be Together Again," and the second that we'll continue with is called "Deedle's Blues."
Your kiss, your smile, our memories I'll treasure forever. So try thinking with your heart. We'll be together again. There'll be times when I know you'll be lonesome. Times when I know you'll be sad. Don't let temptation surround you. Don't let the blues make you bad. Someday, someday, we both have a lifetime before us. So parting is not goodbye. We'll be together again. Don't let temptation surround you. Don't let the blues make you bad. Someday, we both have a lifetime before us. So parting is not goodbye. We'll be together I'm feeling mighty lucky. I got a brand new man. I'm feeling mighty
Maya Kaiser. Egan Coot on the tenor saxophone. Thank you very much, Maya Kaiser. Oh, you've been a wonderful audience here. Thank you for coming out and supporting these students and sharing this moment with us as we create great Black American music here, the great art form of jazz. It's been so special to share this evening with you. We have one more tune for you before we play that. I'd like to offer a special thank you to my dear friend, Mr. Jon Bean here, who has graced us with his presence here and is such a gift of soul and spirit. Thank you, man. We love him very dearly. So we're going to conclude this evening. We hope you enjoyed all of the ensembles, the wonderful ensembles that have performed for you, choirs and bands, middle school and high school. And the last piece that we'll play is by Duke Ellington, his Afro-Eurasian Eclipse. This is Chinois Seri, and it will feature Miss Nola Gooch on the tenor saxophone, Egan Coot on the tenor saxophone, and Jon Bean on the tenor saxophone. We hope you enjoy it. We'll also feature the rhythm section out front, so you'll get to hear their creativity. Gooch on the tenor saxophone, Jon Bean on the tenor saxophone, the rhythm section, Kevin Newey on the guitar, Will Light on the bass, Trace Chatling on the drums, Earthen Rador on the piano. We're the Foxborough High School Jazz Ensemble. And we hope to see you again very soon. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Foxborough High School Jazz Ensemble. The great Jon Bean on tenor saxophone. Thank you very much. We hope to see you again very soon.